Hello people, I am the Real Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and analysis on the gameplay demo we got for Fallen Order yesterday and a new gameplay trailer we got today during the Microsoft conference. So I'm just going to be all over the place talking about my thoughts on this and what I think looks cool and stuff. And yeah, first let's talk about the coolest element from the trailer we got today, which was when the Padawan, the guy you play as, I think his name's Cal, when you swim up to an AT-AT and take it down. That was pretty cool. So he's swimming through, he gets into an AT-AT, and he knocks the two guys out, and then he runs into Saw Gerrera, which was revealed yesterday that Saw Gerrera is going to be in the game. He's a guy from Rogue One and the Clone Wars TV show, so it's cool seeing them bring in other characters from the Star Wars universe. Excited about that. And it's Forrest Whitaker, they got him back, so that looks cool. But yeah, that was the biggest thing from the gameplay trailer today. The rest of it was pretty much all stuff we saw in the demo, besides a few things. But yeah, so in the demo, the graphics look good, but nothing special. But again, this is also just alpha footage, so it's not the finished product, so who knows, it could look way better down the line. We don't know. But that being said, it looks fine, it looks good, it's fine. I don't play games for their graphics, but yeah, graphics look good. The gameplay, we've got a bunch of different elements for gameplay. Let's start off talking about the movement. The movement looks cool, and you can do a lot of things with it. You can wall run, you can climb, you can swim, and you can swim. So there's definitely no shortage of ways to get around. My only potential gripe I could see with this is them kind of just having you say wall run for the sake of wall running, just because they have that mechanic in the game. So it's like, hey, why isn't there just a bridge here? Why do I have to wall run here? I could see that, them just being like, hey, this is a mechanic that we've had and we've worked on, so you're going to use it. Sort of like Rocksteady did with the Batmobile in Arkham Knight. They're like, hey guys, we worked on the Batmobile for the past 3 years, so you're going to use the damn Batmobile when we say so. When there were moments where it's like, why am I using the Batmobile here? Couldn't Batman just, do this or that, or like figure out a different way, more fun way? Instead they're like, no, you're going to use the Batmobile because we spent so much time on it. I could see that happening with the movement here, where it's like, well, why isn't there just a bridge here? Why'd you guys do this complicated thing that didn't make any sense? I could see that, but again, I'm happy about the movement. I just hope it's not just forced to use it. I hope it's more of like, oh, you could use the movement to get to a more advantageous position stuff. You have to use it here because we say so. But we'll see. I'm happy about all the different ways you can get around though and traverse the levels. That's cool. One thing that I really have a strong sense of with this game is I think it'll live or die by level design, which is something that the Jedi Academy game, well, Jedi Knight games, so Jedi Academy and Outcast did, where those games were great. I love the gameplay, but the level design was so good, and if it was worse, it would be more like the Force Unleashed games. I feel like that's a big difference between the Force Unleashed and the Jedi Knight games. The Jedi Knight games had fantastic level designs, which even though you were doing the same thing in most of the levels and the gameplay was really fun, the level designs helped keep it fresh and they felt different, to where Force Unleashed, the level design wasn't very good and things got really repetitive really fast. And but the Jedi Knight games, it didn't. So with this game, I'm really hoping the level design is really good. Of course, with every game I hope that, but with this game especially, really because of how linear it is. When you have such a linear game, you need the level design to be top notch, otherwise things can get really dull really fast. So I'm hoping the level design's good. From what we saw, it was just really linear and unkashic, but it looked cool, so I'm excited. And then let's get into the combat. So the combat looks really focused. It looks like the type of game where you're really going to have to focus on the guys you're fighting, instead of fighting, say, like 20 guys at launch, Force Unleashed style, where you're just using your force power and just taking on a bunch of guys. It looks more like, say, Jedi Academy, where you're going to be fighting more like 5 to 10 guys, and you got to focus and make sure you don't take too much damage and pay attention to what you're doing. It looks like that, which I am happy about. Jedi Academy is one of my favorite video games of all time, so I'm happy that I got a lot of strong Jedi Academy vibes with this demo. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The combat movement itself, because movement changes when you're in combat, because you sort of get locked onto a guy and you're kind of like sidestepping and stuff like that. It reminded me kind of For Honor. Not the gameplay, not the combat itself, but the combat movement, how you moved in combat, reminded me a little bit of For Honor. So I think that's cool. Then you can obviously block. That's a mechanic in the game, which is expected. But we saw sort of two different variations of blocking. So in the demo, we saw just normal blocking where you could block a laser straight back into a stormtrooper, which, cool. And then in the trailer, you saw sort of a Grievous style where he's just like shaking his lightsaber everywhere, like swinging it everywhere and blocking anything that's going to be coming at him. So I wonder if that's going to be either an upgraded block, because I believe before they talked about how you can upgrade your force powers and stuff, and that would be expected, or if it's an ability, so say you just activate it and he swings wildly for 10 seconds, then you can't use it for another minute or so. It could be like that, who knows, but either way, that looks cool. I'm happy about the blocking. You have a bunch of different force powers. We only saw a few of them in this. We saw force push, force pull, slow down time, and throw your lightsaber. This is pretty much all stuff that's been in Jedi Academy. The being able to slow down time is a little different in Jedi Academy. In Jedi Academy, you had force speed, which everything else moved slow and you moved fast, which is similar to this, except it looks like you don't move fast. You move slow as well, but you're able to move maybe a little bit faster, and it works a little differently, but still kind of similar. The force powers look cool. But I saw some people complaining about how powerful you are considering you are just a Padawan, but I'm honestly fine with it because it's a video game. If this were a TV show or a movie, I would understand. I'd be more upset. I'd be more like, it doesn't make sense in the Star Wars universe. But because it's a game, to me, fun factor comes first. So you being more overly powerful than it makes sense I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, it's not like you're pulling Star Destroyers out of the sky like Force Unleashed, so I'm okay with that as long as you're like, oh, super duper powerful. But it makes sense. Like it's fine. I mean, it's fine for a game. Like if it were a TV show or movie, I'd be a little more upset because it wouldn't make as much sense. But because it's a game, I'm like, okay, as long as it's fun, I don't really care about how much sense it makes in terms of how powerful my character should or should not be. Yeah, another big aspect of gameplay looks to be the timing, which is cool. That especially to beat more powerful guys like those dudes with the staffs, it looks like you're really going to have to master the timing of the game and know when to dodge and when to strike and all that, and to study sort of animations, which is sort of what you have to do in the Arkham games. That's something I can kind of compare it to, is learning animations helps a lot when you're playing on like New Game Plus or something like that. You don't have the markers above their head, so yeah, it looks cool. I like that, being able to like learn the animation, to be like, okay, he's doing this animation, so I gotta wait for this time and then attack then and dodge that, and it just looked dope. So yeah, that looked really cool when he's taking those guys out and fight those guys. Another mechanic is we see that the droid heals you, so I don't know if that's just going to be like, oh, every 5 minutes he'll be able to pop you a heal, or if you have to collect heals around the map and give them to your droid or something. I'm assuming it'll be like every 5 minutes or something like that you can pop a heal, so we'll see how that mechanic works in the game, if that makes it too easy or not. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the game. It looks cool. At the end of the demo, we see a K2SO droid. So I think they're an Imperial security droid. I don't remember what their technical name is, but K2SO from Rogue One. That style of droid pops out, and then it's like, oh no, what happens? But then in the gameplay trailer that was released today, we see him taking one apart, which looks cool. But yeah, another thing that really looked familiar from Jedi Academy was all the different types of people you're going to be fighting. We see a bunch of different types of troopers in this game, from like flame troopers to normal stormtroopers to guys with stun batons to the guys with the Grievous staffs to like the droids themselves and the different bugs you're going to be fighting. I love the variety of enemies. That looks cool. That's another thing that's very Jedi Academy-esque that kept that game fresh, was how many different types of enemies you fought instead of just, oh, normal stormtrooper with a blaster. You fought so many different types of stormtroopers, and you had different lightsaber enemies and stuff. So that looks cool. And yeah, I'm just excited for this game. I can't wait for another Star Wars game. It's been so long since we've had an actual good story-based Star Wars game, since Battlefront's 2 story, which is absolutely terrible and kind of tacked on and not really much attention given to it. So I really want to get lost in another Star Wars game. That's what I grew up on, with Star Wars games. Those were the primary video games that I played. So to have another one, yes, I'm excited. I think Respawn's got a pretty good track record. Everyone said the Titanfall 2 campaign was amazing, so I'm hoping this campaign's really good. And yeah, I'm excited. Please let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of the gameplay that we got from the demo and the trailer, and what are you most excited about? And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like and maybe subscribe if you want to see more. But yeah, I'm excited. That's basically all I can say, is I'm really excited. I cannot wait for November. But yeah, see you guys later.
Yeah. On my grind all day, gonna make a million sound that someday. You know I'm in the building when I write this way. Put me in the ground when I bite this game.